Welcome to series Raji's Cuisine. Today we will be making fillet of sea bass in Madras curry masala. Basically, it is with Madras curry masala. Raji says that she doesn't want to add masala to this dish name, but this dish transports her back to her days in Madras. So whenever they would visit Madras, they would go to all these pristine small places where they would cook as if they were cooking for the gods. So Raji was amazed, and she writes that this dish transports her so much back to Madras that she had to name this dish Madras curry masala, because it is a fillet of sea bass with Madras curry masala. And her dad, she recollects how her dad was so into cleanliness, is godliness type of a feeling, that whenever he visited these places, he was so excited to dine there because of the spotless surroundings that these places had. So all the masalas that she uses in the dish is primarily basic masalas like mustard, cumin. So it's very interesting how she writes that when she's making this dish, she thinks of her days in Chennai, Madras, which is now called Chennai. And I'm really excited to make this dish. I just went yesterday to Whole Foods and got myself some sea bass and some other additional fish, so that I can start making her fish dishes. So let's look at the ingredients needed for fillet of sea bass with Madras curry masala.
Ingredients for our fillet of sea bass with Madras curry masala: 1 tablespoon of mustard seeds, 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, 2 6-ounce sea bass fillets, 1.5 red cayenne chili, dried chili pepper, a pinch of ground cinnamon, 4 cloves, whole cloves, 10 peppercorns and salt to taste, 1/4 cup of canola oil, 1 cup of spinach, and 1/4 cup of grated coconut. Take a non-stick pan, saute coriander seeds on medium heat for 3 minutes or until nicely aromatic. Add cumin, mustard, red chili, cloves and peppercorns. And let this roast for 3 minutes. And then we are going to take it to spice grinder and make a mixture. Nicely mix it and let it roast for around 2 to 3 minutes. You can smell it. All the spices aroma is amazing actually. It's nicely colored. Now we are going to turn off the heat and let these cool, and then we are going to put it in a spice grinder and make a powder of this. Spices are nicely cooled off. Now we're going to put it in the spice grinder and make a powder of this. Spices are nicely ground. Now we're going to add a pinch of cinnamon to this. And we're going to take our fresh coconut and put it in the blender, and then add this mix to it and make a nice paste. I'm going to blend the coconut and the masalas together. Coconut and the masala is nicely blended. We're going to add the 1/4 cup of oil to this, and it makes a nice smooth paste. Add salt also to this. We're going to taste and see if the seasoning is just enough or not. Adding the oil. salt till this whole mixture becomes nice and moist. We're going to just blend this one last time so it becomes nice and moist. The mixture is nicely moist. I'm adding some salt because I thought the seasoning was less. Ready with our spice mix, right? And the little remaining oil. We're going to put this spice mix on the fish, coat it on all sides. So I have done this mixture is for around 3 fillets, so we should be good. And if by any chance you don't have fresh coconut and you've been using dry coconut, then Raji suggests that we can take a half cup of dry coconut, you would use half cup of heavy cream. But I'll put the ingredients also for you again in the description. But I've used fresh coconut, so I don't need to. But if you're using it, then use 1/4 cup of dry coconut with 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Nicely coating it on all sides. And later on, I will take a brush and brush the oil on all sides. So it can nicely saute. Take a non-stick pan, and when it's very hot, we are going to add the fish onto that, so that it sears nicely on both sides for 2 minutes. Meanwhile, we are going to get the oven temperature to 400 degrees and preheat it so that we can as soon as we are done with the searing part, we are going to put it in the oven for 10 minutes. This dish is not oven proof, so I'm going to use a baking pan. So I'll slightly grease this so it's ready for me to transfer the fish into it and bake it for 10 minutes. I'm going to sear for 2 minutes on one side, and then take it off and sear it on the other side for a minute, and then transfer it into the oven safe dish. For 2 minutes on the side. Now we are going to turn it around. It's nicely seared. So on the other side we are going to sear it for 1 minute and then transfer it into the bowl to put in the oven for 10 minutes. Now we are going to put it into the oven pan. Put the oven for 10 minutes. We're going to set the timer. While the fish is being in the oven, I'm going to wilt the spinach. So in a non-stick pan, add some oil and toss the spinach for 3 minutes so it is nicely wilted. It is nicely wilted and ready to be plated. And there's only 1 more minute for the fish to come out of the oven, so we'll plate this onto the fish out of the oven. Our fillet of sea bass with Madras curry masala is ready to be served. I have the spinach underneath it, and it is crusted all over nicely with the masala, and the aroma of the masala is amazing. Our sea bass with Madras curry masala is ready to be served.